The difference between the pendulum being swung to the right, the timeline that we're in right now, versus in the past when the pendulum has swung to the right, is that the left, I'm not referring to left and right political ideologies necessarily, I'm just referring to how pendulums swing. The left is out and about. The left is seen. The people that in the past would have had to hide do not hide. In fact, I say we, as a Jewish gay man, we do not hide. We proudly display emojis that have been provided to us. Was there a time in the past when emojis were provided? Was there a time in the past when flags were provided? No. But now you have emojis at your disposal. You have flags at your disposal, meaning we are visible. It's right there in my bio. I have a Jewish star in my bio. I have a gay pride flag in my bio. I have donut and bagel and pizza in my bio. No, not pizza. Cheeseburger. I should put pizza in there. Donut, bagel, cheeseburger, pizza, because that's what I like to eat. What I'm saying is that even though the pendulum has swung right in terms of who is quote unquote in control, because if you are an ideological, philosophical person who thinks about existence in not, hey man, rise above it, or hey man, let me think my way out of this incredibly emotional, fucking awful timeline we're living in. If you accept that the leadership or the regime that we are having to live under in 1 month from now here in America, and frankly, the world, because obviously there are leaders throughout the world that are also just giant steaming pieces of shit, meaning that they do not care about the people, they care about themselves and their people, their close circle of people. They have placed their value in life on material wealth and whatever the accoutrements are of that material wealth. Now, I don't mind some material wealth. I'm talking to you on a goddamn phone. Okay, I just cooked up some diced hash browns on my goddamn stove. I have stuff, right? But we all know, not we all know, most of us know, if you're listening to this still, then you know that sometimes enough is enough, and it feels good to give stuff away. It feels good to help others. But currently, we are on that rightward swing with leaders that are interested in not helping other people, but helping themselves under the guise of helping other people. Government efficiency. And we now see Democrats that are piling into the, oh, well, we'll just help the government efficiency. Again, it's good to give some away. It's good to not spend hastily. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about taking things away from people and ultimately making their lives more difficult. This will make lives more difficult. If that's not true, that doesn't come to pass, and my life is not more difficult, and your life is not more difficult, but especially people who don't have a stove, the people who don't have a phone, their lives are even made more difficult, then that'll be the answer to that question. But we are seen. I have emojis, pizza burger, bagel, donut, but more importantly, Jewish, gay. And I am proud to be Jewish and gay because you know what? I was born like that. I don't know what else to do. I am part of those tribes because I found out I was part of them. I didn't like my first words were not, I'm Jewish and gay. I had to find out later and come to an understanding of who I am. I realize that being a Jewish person is not inherently something you are born with as a physiological, biological makeup. But then again, isn't it? Aren't we born into the circumstances? Aren't we born into the culture that made us? We are. So accepting these things, like for instance, accepting these things is part of becoming self-actualized in life. And for instance, I would say that some of these awful people, if they could just say, I am a piece of shit, I am awful, I'm an awful human being, I would at least be like, well, you're just being you. So, in that regard, I would love for some of these leaders, and I don't need to say their names today. I'll say their names another day, but I don't need to say them right now because it's Saturday morning. I don't want to say their names. You know who I'm talking about. If they could just come out and say, you know what? Look, I'm a piece of shit and I'm going to keep acting like a piece of shit. I wouldn't have respect, but I would be like, okay, well, at least I'm dealing with one plane of reality. But for now, I just want to remind everybody who is not on that ideological right that you should continue to be seen, continue to put up those emojis, continue to put up those flags. Do not hide. And I'm not talking about protest. I'm talking about just test, meaning you have to be you. And if that tests other people to have to look at themselves and who they are, well, that's just too goddamn bad.